Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to another exciting edition of Remaking Warrick. And this one we're gonna focus on just some quick decals and the edge and adding on some am I trying to keep this series PG? I guess I am. Those little white tiny dot highlight things. Bird poops. We called it something else, but I'm not gonna use its actual term. Anyways, so yeah, trying to really define the two different materials. And then turning his costume on and off to make sure that the highlights aren't in awkward positions / don't look awkward. Yeah, how's everybody's day been going? Sorry, it's been a long time since I've done one of these Remaking Warrick videos, so I'm kind of out of it. But oh, there might be a question as to why I'm placing the lights where they are. Most of the time I aim for a place that's kind of like a what is it? Like a high spot, like at the top of the hill, or like a pointed part. And you'll see like at the top of the boots there. Why do I do it? I think about like a sword, and the tip of the sword is usually pointy, so that's why I put those. As for the rest of them, sometimes it's just to help define the form or the volume of the shape. So this one, like, I thought I added in a lot of lights, but that is just because there are like so many different like overlaps. The form was doing this, form was doing that, so I had to add in a little bit more definition through light. And his boots, when I first made Warrick back in 2010, 2011, his boots were the most detailed thing about him. Like, I spent so much time on just giving him the coolest boots, and now look at it. It's just a thin boot, high heel, with some decals. Yeah. Sometimes you change for good. I don't mind the new design, actually. But with his new boots actually came a new costume, so it makes sense. When I'm making all these cutscenes, I don't want to have to keep drawing the same details again and again. No, I don't think I like those highlights on the hand. I'm pretty sure I kept them. Wonderful. Oh yeah, and as you quickly saw there, I took what was on one pose and just copied it and pasted it to the other. Not only does this save you time, it also helps keep things consistent. So like, when I'm doing this visual novel, the character changes pose within an instant, like less than a second. In that second, you don't want to like have things jumping around, like even highlights. So that's why you should copy. So those are the two reasons why you should copy and paste things that are in the same place as much as possible. And here you can see like I had the costume completed to a point, but then I kept going back and forth to make sure that the lighting still looked good with the costume. It's definitely like I can't say like I finish one phase and then I move on to the next completely. Sometimes it's just about going back and forth. With some stages. Obviously we're not gonna go back to the sketching stage just yet. I say this, but I already know we're gonna go back to the sketching stage. Well. See? Progress! And then I find out I have to fix the, that part of the costume too. Yeah, so Warwick started out kind of plain, I'm not gonna lie. But adding in these lights and these cores and these decals are really starting to make him pop. Now, sometimes it's not exactly the amount of detail that you put on a character, but that you rendered the character well that makes them pretty outstanding to look at. I wonder if I copied that arm from the other pose. Oh well. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Oh, what I did is I realized that this arm did not have highlights. And so once I made sure that arm was good, I just pasted it on here and then finish it off. And it looks good. Went through. Alright, that's it. See you tomorrow.